it triggered me. This happens to me all the time, but today I decided that I'm going to come back and tell y'all, okay? Happens to me all the time. That's what I kept trying to figure out what I was going to tell y'all. I kept saying, damn, I know I had something important to tell y'all. Okay? So, not sure exactly where to begin on that. Okay. So, there was a place beyond the ice wall. Okay. And there was some type of disaster that occurred there. Okay, like Tartaria or something. But there was some type of a disaster that occurred there. This is an alien race, us, on the other side of that ice wall. Okay, so when that disaster occurred on the other side of that ice wall, something was going on where killed all their kids or something. Okay. And this alien race, they look like us and everything, okay? They're like just like us, okay? Somehow or another, they broke through, or there was a big disaster, like a big explosion or something. It made a path or a way for them to get through, and they came through and contacted like our people. Somehow got in touch with our human race. Was telling them the disaster that happened there beyond the ice wall. And it killed all their kids or something to that effect, okay? Well, these people couldn't speak our language like it was foreign, but they somehow communicated this disaster, I guess through pictures or something. But there's a big, I forgot to tell y'all, man. I'm really sorry about that, because I knew I was being triggered over here. I kept looking for my notes on it. As soon as I turned off the video, as soon as I turned it off, hello, how are you? It hit me. But they're saying that, okay, because this is pertaining to like the orphan trains and the Cabbage Patch Kids and that type of thing, because this race that came from there, it's something to do with, because they made these children, they actually made them in like a lab to like repopulate the earth, okay? But this big disaster that had happened on the other side of the ice wall, that race of people came here to this area, okay? Now, the race of people that it described were like the Arturians or the Lemurians. That's what they were, like the Lemurians. They were all like real fair-skinned and blonde-haired. I mean, like all of them. They all had those features. Like, I mean, it's very strange about that, but it was triggering me, and I meant to tell y'all about that. But they're on some kind of big search right now. They're searching for a specific. There is a specific DNA strand of these people, of this race of people that came from beyond the ice wall, because there was a big disaster that occurred there, and they came, it opened up a way for them to come through, and they came through, and they're somehow mixed in with our race. I can't remember all of it, but yeah, I'm doing just fine, thank you. What country do you fucking think I'm in? Do I sound like I'm speaking some kind of national language of a language of some country or anything like that might give you some kind of clue or hint? I mean, come on now with your dumb shit. What the fuck kind of dumb shit question? But yeah, I wanted to talk to y'all about that. They're out. They're doing. Okay, y'all be prepared for this. There's going to be some kind of where they're going to have us all lined up, and we have to take these tests, like DNA tests, like giving a sample of our skin or something. There's going to be something huge like that, worldwide. It's like they're setting up for it now. But it's going to be worldwide. Something to do with everybody having to take some type of test to their DNA, to test their DNA. But everybody, like everybody. I'm not a bad lady. You're a bad person. Bye. Good. Leave. Good. I want you to. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make sure you can't never come back. How about that? Bye. Bye. Ask stupid questions, get called out on it, and get mad at the person who called them out on it. Okay. What country am I from, y'all? Come on. What fucking country am I from? What country would you think I was from? And what fucking matter? I mean, who cares what country I'm from? That was just a stupid question. Period. Anyway, so I just got done with the video. I'm not sure if y'all seen that or not, or maybe some of y'all are still watching it or something. I don't know. But I was triggered. I forgot all about that. I didn't forget all about it because it was kept triggering me through a 3-hour video. I kept going, man. I remember that I wrote, because I started off the video, oh yeah, and something else, y'all. I guess it's talking time, chat time right now, but listen to this. So, y'all heard about the fucking CEO or the big head of Campbell's Soup ranting, going off on a rant, like a 3-hour rant about that Campbell's Soup is only poor people buy their product, and that they wouldn't touch the product with a 10-foot pole, that they don't eat, what do you call it? He called it some kind of meat, like he said it comes off of a computer screen. What did he say? He was ranting all about the food not being real, and that the meat in the food in Campbell's Soup, y'all. He was going off. This was like a big boss of Campbell's Soup. He was ranting to another big boss about it for like 3 hours, and somehow this got leaked out to the public. But he was carrying on, talking about that's not even real food, that it's disgusting, and he wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole, and he damn sure don't feed it to his kids, and all kinds of fucking shit talking about Campbell's Soup, y'all. The way I see that, y'all, it seems to me like every single thing, there's nothing that we can eat without it having the poisons in it. Like nothing. Not even the stuff that these farmers are growing, because they're putting the poisons in it from the sky that the farmers don't have no control over. I'm just saying, there's nothing that we can eat that's any good for us anymore. I'm just saying, so just eat, I guess. I mean, the thing about the fasting and the lamentating, okay, we just read about that in Esther. Maybe it's, I don't know. Look, because all of it's coming together. Look, the Mandela effect says that our body parts, our actual insides, our organs have moved. They're not where they were always at. That we know. Okay, so stuff is changing, and stuff is shifted. Okay, so maybe we won't need food in the future. I mean, there's a reason why all of our food is poisoned now. And now it's being all turned back around to like You only need sustenance when your body tells you it needs it, not that pyramid scheme or what have you. In a sort of kind of a way. What does it got to be a tarot question? What, do you got a question about tarot? You asking me, you got a question about tarot? Well, that's about a job. That's not a tarot question. That's a job. That's a question about a job. That's not a tarot question. Learn to use your words correctly. Tarot question would be like, what does the King of Cups mean? Or what is the Ace of Swords? That's a tarot question. Anyhow, back to the subject at hand. Thanks for actually listening to the message, by the way. Ego. Said something about justice. Y'all take what resonates, okay? I just wanted to let y'all know there's some kind of big fucking like a... Alright, y'all know about the how the letters and things keep showing something about a blood test. A blood test. Man, I'm telling you, this is something to do with... This is on a big scale, a big picture. Something about going home. Y'all, I'm receiving a message right now. It says, just add gold. Just add gold. Thank you. You're welcome. Hey. Yeah, well, okay, you just now tuned in about 6 minutes or so ago. I was talking about where they okay, there was a place on the other side of the ice wall that these people, it got, like there was a war or something, and it got exploded. I watched it yesterday. I just can't remember everything that I was about it, okay? But they found this race of people, these humans, okay? They found them. And somehow or another, this race of humans, like that race of humans, showed this race of humans how to make these like Cabbage Patch babies and these all these orphan trays or something, because that race of humans needed to repopulate their thing. Okay, so there's going to be like a massive, like a huge mass DNA testing all over the world, because there's a specific strand of DNA in these particular people. Yeah. Yes. And you know, that led me to something else I was speaking about, is the fasting and how all our food and how the Campbell's guy, maybe you should watch the very first of this, but anyway, how the Campbell's guy ranting about how the food is fake, he wouldn't feed it to his children and that and blah blah blah. He's ranting how disgusting it is, and it's created for poor people to eat, and da 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 da. He was going off for like 3 hours, okay? But I've also been receiving a whole shit ton of messages about fasting and lamentating and so forth, okay? Now, that takes me back to the Mandela effect, like I was telling you. where our body parts have moved. Like my kidneys used to be down here when I was a kid. We put our hand over our heart, but the heart has moved, and so on and so forth. Okay, so is our DNA changing? Is it our DNA? Are we changing on the cellular level to the fundamental level that we're not going to need food anymore? Because our food is so poisoned. It is so bad poison that we don't know what to eat anymore. Like we don't know what to eat. Even if we was to go out and kill it ourselves, that's poisoned too because of shit coming from the skies. The government is straight poisoning anything that we're able to ingest. Okay, so it's our bodies elevating to a level that we don't need food, that we're not going to be needing food or eating food anymore. I mean, I don't know if y'all have noticed, but things that used to be like something that was like something you might would have looked forward to, like a big steak dinner and that and that and that, you're apt to like, that's probably just going to hurt my stomach now, or like, you know, looking at it like, I don't know, is that human meat? Or, I mean, like questioning it and shit like that, okay? So it's not as tasty or whatever when you eat it regardless, because you're unsure of it. Do you understand? And I'm wondering that, I mean, are we as a race of people elevating to a point that we're not going to be needing to eat food to sustain? Which would cut out killing the animals, which would also free, like the cows and the pigs and the chickens. They would be freed, that they wouldn't be mass produced to be slaughtered, that they're causing this gases to cause, you know, whatever happened to that even? Global warming. Y'all remember, like, for 15 years, that's the only words that we heard was global warming. I mean, global warming, global warming, global warming. And now it's aliens. Now we hear only about the foreign enemy or the unknown enemy. Are we going to be evolving to a point that we don't need food anymore? I really wonder, because the signs are all there. It's all lining up. It's all lining up. There's the... Yeah. Yes, because we needed it for raw meat consumption. I think that's what it is too. That we don't need it anymore. So we evolved over that, right? We evolved over that. So are our bodies coming into a time of not needing food, like sustenance like that? I just wonder. I wonder about that. Are you a bitch? Fuck you, man. What about me would make you fucking think that? You know he's dead, right? You're disrespecting the dead. Anyway, what would make you think that? Because I wear a bandana? So maybe I should assume something about you for the color of your skin. Maybe, right? Or maybe because of the shirt you're wearing. Or I should just assume something and be rude to you for no fucking reason. Right? Right? I'm not transgender. I'm not transgender. I'm not gay. So tell me, Judge, Ashley? Fucking looking like Skeletor and talking about me. Fuck off, you stupid fucking lesbian bitch. Fuck off. First, let me report you. Hate speech. Bye. Lesbian fucking dopehead whore. Period. Alright, y'all, let's find out what's going on. Justice is still on the bottom. I didn't shuffle these cards the whole time. Says the Hanged Man. Anyway, I wanted to come back and talk to y'all about that. About the, that situation with, are we elevating? Or is our DNA elevating or something to the point that we don't need food? And you know, it's crazy that we know all this information about these aliens. They're, like, they're, apparently, these alien races, okay, this is what we know. This is what we know. These alien races apparently can't make their own kind. That they gotta steal humans to carry the babies for them. Surrogates. But I've never heard, not any time ever, about any of them like eating food or needing food. Because like even when they come to like do what they do to the cattle, that it doesn't, there's no signs of them eating it. They're just like turning them inside out and experimenting on them and leaving these strange, perfectly round holes on these cattle and stuff. But like what kind of food does an alien eat? A human? Okay, we're their food. No, gold. We feed them gold. Seems to me that we should all be eating dust, because that's what we're made out of, right? Why ain't we eating dust? I'm just saying, that's what we're made out of. I guess it's all POV, right? I mean, I don't know. Oh, anyway, y'all, let's find out what these cards want to say, what they want to talk about. Because I just want to talk to y'all about that DNA thing. God, man, there's stuff, there's so much stuff just flooding in on me right now. How did Jeffrey Epstein get a job at a fucking college as a professor in the math department where he had no credentials? Because he's some kind of, he's like, you know, for years, there's a lot of people that say that he's ops, that he's actual ops. He used to run around telling everybody that he was ops, that he was CIA ops. Okay. This man has some of the freakiest shit in his fucking house. Just laying around in his house. Just I'm so much shit out there right now. It's just so overwhelming to a point. Like, there's something going on about, okay, Trump sucking off Bill Clinton. There's something to do with that, and there's also something to do with a text between Trump and Epstein. Trump saying, oh no, I think I killed the boy. And Epstein saying, no problem, friend, I'll help you clean it up. Or something to that effect. But there's so much stuff going to be redacted from those released files, y'all. It's unreal. They might as well not even release them. I mean, they going to release them, but it's going to look like a black sheet of paper with like 3 sentences on it. I mean, because, there's so fucking much, oh, God almighty. What's that Vanderbilt guy? Got the white hair. What is his name? He's on the list. What is his name? Damn. He's a big, well-known guy, and he's got white hair. Carlson? No, not Tucker Carlson. I forgot his name. But he's one of them elite families. He's from one of them elite families. Everybody knows it. What's the deal with all these fucking switch outs? These walk-ins or whatever they're doing? Y'all seen... Oh my God. Have y'all seen the new Mary-Kate and Ashley? Oh my God. I don't know what has happened. Is this the invasion of the body snatchers? I'm not sure. You know how terrible Miley Cyrus looks at this point? That's how them fucking Olsen twins look. It's weird. Very, very weird. They do not look like themselves at all. What about Kelly Osbourne? Who the fuck is that? Who is that? Mind blowing. It's mind blowing. Ariana Grande. I don't know. I think that girl that I don't know her name. I think that she's done some type of voodoo magic on Ariana. But Ariana's open to it. She's very open to being possessed or what have you. Like extremely. She goes to the erasure clinic and shit regularly, like to get erasure, so she don't think about stuff like that's happened to her in the past and stuff like that. That's just amazing. Are we living in the Hunger Games, y'all? God dang. It's what these people are starting to look like. I'm serious. What's up with Celine Dion being demonic? Like, all of it's just like pouring, just flooding in right now. So y'all just bear with me and let it resonate, ruminate, whatever. Elon Musk got me questioning a lot of shit. Because I wonder, because he seems to be on both sides of the fucking fence. He has a moral compass. Elon tells a lot of stuff. We just need to figure out how to filter it. Learn that alien language he has. Because he has an alien language. It's a different language. There's just something just so fucking just out there right now. This fucking whole... The Erica Kirk thing made all that, everything about that screams Mason. Every single thing about her. You know she's pregnant now by what? Maybe J.D. Vance's kid. She's 8 weeks pregnant. Charlie was going to divorce her. Then talked to his parent, a couple of friends too about it. So-called his parents don't have anything to do with her little show because they're taking the kids from her. They're filing for custody because she's unfit mother. Saying that she has all this time to be running around these public appearances and that. Where are her kids? while they're grieving that they just lost their father, and their mother is out smiling for the cameras, getting pregnant. Who's to say she's not pregnant with Mikey's kid? The amazing Mikey. She sure got the hots for JD, though. Whew, he's only once ever reminded her of her husband that she's only known for 3 years. Or 4 years, something like that. That is amazing to me. At least people in movies can act better than that. They can act. Just saying. Make it believable. I don't know what's up with her. I don't know. Candace Owens has got fucking death threats on her from the Macrons, the fucking leaders of France. What in the fuck is going on in the world? Like, seriously. Like, seriously. A reset, what does that entail? Does that entail us all dying like it did back in the days of Noah? Everybody died, but those 8 people on the ark, everybody died, supposedly. And then it says now, but wait, not everybody. The giants, they survived because they went into the cave. They went underground. They survived. All the people, all the sinning people that was what? Given in to the giants. They're the ones that died. Because these people that so-called, I mean, we know that this is a real thing, that this giants really exist. It's in the Bible. We know that's a real thing. Nephilim existed. That there was creatures here that were made from heavenly host and human host. So we know that that's a real fucking thing. That is a real thing. That's not a myth. It's not a made-up fantasy or nothing like that. It's in the Bible. So that does exist, and that did exist then. And it, who's to say that's not coming back around? It makes you kind of wonder too, like, all my life I was told that angels don't have sexual organs. Like, there's no sexes in the spiritual world. There's no sexes, so what? They're hermaphrodites? They got both of them, or they don't got neither? Because Baphomet is a fallen angel. He's got both. And titties. So now I question, what? Why would God need to give angels reproductive organs? Or why would he even want to? Because there's other Nephilim. I mean, there's other Elohim. He made other Elohim for them to make beings. He gave us reproductive organs to cover the earth with our kind, his perfect image that he created. But yet, these watchers, are watchers different than angels? Are they a separate entity? Were they created separately? Because the watchers are the ones that mated with the humans. And what was they supposed to be watching? What was they supposed to be watching? Because sin wasn't even heard of at that time until Eve begot with Satan or the serpent. Right? Am I right? Am I right on the timelines here? Am I okay? So, were the Watchers created specifically for a task on the earth, and they strayed away from it? Because the Watchers apparently have reproductive organs. But why would the angels need reproductive organs? Like, they don't even, there's no sexual nothing with angels. I'm putting it all together, y'all. Just bear with me on that, because that right there, I believe the Watchers were created afterwards when Adam and Eve ate from the fruit, and once they were kicked out, when they got kicked out of Eden, God put the Watchers and the seraphim on the and put a cloak over the tree of life, put a cloak over Eden, so people couldn't find it. Okay, so that's when the Watchers were sent down here, maybe, and then they why they were sent to guard the garden. I don't know, the outside Watchers, because he's got Watchers on the inside of Eden. This is from my lessons that I've learned from throughout. I'm telling y'all, and I'm trying to add it up, because when did the Watchers come to the earth? Why did they come? Because as soon as they come, this ain't the fallen. This is not the fallen that did this. This is the Watchers that God appointed to watch over the earth. They saw the women as pretty or whatever, wanted to mate with them. He had already cast Satan out prior to him coming and fucking with Eve. So the fallen had already been fallen. They'd already been cast out. And then he sends Watchers down here. After that, entrusting these Watchers, but him all knowing, knows that that's what they're going to fucking do. And they were instructed not to engage with the people or nothing, where there was to watch. Now, in my learnings, the Watchers are the record keepers of our every word and action. Okay? So that's what they are. That they're the record keepers of our every word and action. And that's why they were sent here. They weren't to engage with us in any kind of way. Not to talk to us, not to give us guidance, nothing. That's not what their purpose was. Their purpose was just to watch us. And they become enthralled. They become obsessed and lustful. How? This is a creation of God. Like, what the fuck? He made them that way to tell them don't do it? What? Like, what? Why not? Like, what's their purpose? Like, where was their, what would be their punishment if they did do it? Because it doesn't say anything about him disposing of those Watchers, just their children, the Nephilim, what was the result of That's what got destroyed. And us as a race. Except for he saved us. But knowing that there was giants that went into the undergrounds and into the caves. They were saved too. But the dragons, all the dragons were killed. Why were the dragons killed? When were those ages? Like there was an age, a beginning age of time. In the beginning of time, everybody walked around naked until Eve sinned. Even other gods' creations, they walked around naked too. And then Eve sinned, and everybody put on clothes, sackcloth, leaves. Walk around leaves and sackcloth. Sackcloth. Wait, they can't have sackcloth. They never made it. They never made sacks at that point. They was just taking care of the land and the animals. It wasn't about money or making clothes or making stuff like that. Because we got to get in the mindset. The setting. The whole true setting of the whole thing. Eden is a separate place from the rest of the earth that was protected, got a protection over it. Adam was to be in paradise on the earth. Adam and Eve create. Okay? He was naming the animals and that and that and that. His job was to give and receive from the earth. What he takes from the earth, he replenishes it. Okay? So we're in the mindset and the setting. The whole earth is beautiful. There's a separate races. There's like 5 separate races from the Elohim. They created races. They're out there. God's races in Eden. They're perfect. They're just perfect. But him already having experienced that angels are not perfect. Angels weren't given free will, but damn if it don't sound like Satan had free will, and so did a fourth of the angels. Or a third of the angels had free will. Because they made a decision to follow Satan. Sounds like free will to me. So is that because all the angels are tiny little aspects of the Holy Spirit? Like each angel has a depiction of what the Holy Spirit, and they're all like, you know that movie like what Inside Out and and Soul. Those okay. There's like 10 little things inside that work us, our souls, our thoughts, and that. Okay, so all of the angels was created because wisdom was here with chaos in the beginning before God spoke, or before God thought the thought and wisdom spoke it. Okay? Y'all, if this is resonating with y'all and y'all get it, let me know and leave a like and subscribe to the channel, okay? Because I'm really I'm feeling the spirit right now. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it, and I'm feeling like I need to share this the way I'm feeling it, okay? So, because this is the way it works. And I'm showing y'all, everybody can narrow it down and just use your instinct, okay? Alright, so, God created the heavens and the earth. The heavens are separate than the earth. The heavens are our universe, our galaxies, planets, stars, moon, sun. Those are the heavens. And the stars, they're filled with angels, which are the stars. Okay? That's from my intake of what my info has been. So we're going to go with that. Okay? So he created the heavens and the earth. But the angels have already fucking betrayed and acted up because he created the earth. Satan got mad. Said, what's wrong with heaven? Heaven is the greatest. Why are you creating that? Like, I think God's lost his mind, y'all, saying that to the other angels. You understand? You have everything you need here in heaven. What would you need to create that for? He's mad about it. Okay? Big old war breaks out. But at the same time as that he created the heavens, he also created other gods. This is an all-knowing, all-everythinging God. He's an everythinging. Okay? He's an everythinging. So he created these other gods that he tells us not to worship. Is this correct? Am I wrong by saying this? I just want to say. I'm just asking. God created other gods to tell us not to worship them. But him, along with these other gods, created other beings such as us. God said we're the perfect ones. The Father God, the main character, the one that created these other gods, created us. Breathed life into the dust of a planet that he created separate from the heavens. I need to write this down. I might need to write a book while we're talking about this, because I'm telling you. Okay. So he did that. He breathed life into the dust. Okay, so he made us, but along with him, there's other gods that made other beings. They're not perfect, only us. These other Elohim made other creatures in their own images, but they're lesser gods. They're lesser gods, but above angels. Because there's a hierarchy in heaven, for sure. So what are the names of these lesser gods? Because the only names that I recall, these are names of what would be equivalent to archangels, but in the fallen world. Like Baphomet and Beelzebub and, you know. Now remember that Lucifer's name, the name Lucifer was a heavenly name. That was his name that was given to him in heaven. He's not Lucifer anymore. He's not called Lucifer anymore, because he lost that title. Okay? So, I mean, y'all follow along with this. I'm just saying, okay? Where are these so-called other gods? Did he abolish them? Or are these fallen angels, these gods that he created when he created us? Or were they created when the heavens were created, but the heavens were created when the earth was created, okay? It says it plainly in the beginning. The heavens, all of the heavens are such as Jupiter and Saturn and all the galaxies and universes. That's the heavens. We're created separately alongside the heavens. the earth. The earth is a separate entity than the heavens, according to the Bible, but created at the same time. So he went to the earth, he hovered his face over the dark waters, and he saw they was dark as fuck. And he was like, oh, hell no. So whatever I'm about to create on this earth, whatever it may be, it needs to be protected from this. Whatever this is that I've created in my swoosh of my thought. Okay, this is God thinking this. Okay, you understand? So he says, okay, so God didn't know what he created. He wasn't sure of what he created. That he had to go inspect it and say, wait a minute. It surely is dark. That's okay. Let me put a firmament between it to separate my waters that I'm about to put, because I'm about to put waters. Or wait, the waters was already on the earth. Because when he come down to the earth to look at it, it had waters on it, and the waters were deep and dark. He said, whoa, 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 that's deep and dark. I'm going to put a firmament to separate it from what I'm building here. That is protected from whatever's out there in that dark. Maybe in the heavens, I don't know, because the heavens is a separate place than the earth. Saturn's a separate place. That's the heavens. That's part of the heavens. It's all the stars, part of the heavens. So he saw that there was going to be some kind of bad prior to even making us, because Satan had already fallen. He was just like there existing. Satan couldn't have already fallen, because the earth had to take form first, because the angels fell to Mount Hermon, right? And they waited for Enoch. So Enoch was already here. So no, the watchers, those were the watchers, the 200. They're the ones that were on Mount Hermon. They're the ones that created the craters on the earth, because God gave them like flesh, because they were like cloaked, they were like hidden, watching us to record every single word, every single action that we take. Okay, that's why they're here. That's why they were even created, because the angels were created to help us and guide us. Understand this, okay? The angels were created to help and guide us, okay? Watch over us and do our bidding, because that's what God bids. That's why they were created, even made to begin with, prior to our being made. And they weren't given a choice about it. They weren't given a choice at all about it. And they don't reproduce each other. Angels don't make angels. They don't reproduce each other. So they cannot create. Angels can't create. But for some reason, God gave the watchers reproductive organs to create. The watchers watching us and recording every single thing we do, and they also have reproductive organs and emotions to lust. Lust is a sin. He created sinful watchers to watch over us. I guess they you don't know if something's a sin unless you understand it. So I guess they had an understanding of sin to watch us and say, oh. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to get down to the nitty gritty of it because all that church stuff is so vague. It's what they want us to believe. What they standing up there trying to make money. They trying to make money by lying to us, picking out verses and stuff that they want to pick out. Okay, I'm sitting there telling y'all I'm narrowing this down because I know things that I've been given by the Holy Spirit. Okay, and what exactly is that? The Holy Spirit, okay, is a spirit of God. But God is an entity of his own. He is the creator that created the Holy Spirit that is within every fucking thing. Why would he need a watcher? Why would God need a watcher? Or any watchers, much less 200. Is that something that somebody added in to fool us and throw in an illusion? Was that something that... Because any way you look at it, angels don't have like reproductive. So that's why the aliens come down and do what they do to the humans, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Is that so far-fetched? Because, damn, they're putting babies inside robots now and having them carry the baby full term. Like, what the fuck? That sounds very much old world shit. Incubators. Except for these walk and have analyzation and can speak it out and all of that. But that's the same thing as like back in when they did all those world fairs and making babies out of cabbages and roses. Those two things mainly. Some flowers, just maybe sunflowers or something to that effect. I mean, I don't know how it's even possible that they can create these half things, but they're out there. Because I don't know how the yolks would mix. Like, how would they even mix to create a being that lived through it, to actually be birthed out and born? Because I'm trying to figure, there's reasons that these beings are called angels and these are called watchers. They're different. We're different. We're from humans, okay? We're from the dust. It's from HU, the who, what, where, and when, the creator. We're his man. We're created in his image. Humans. Human beings. But the Bible speaks of aliens. But they don't call them alien beings. They call them aliens. Don't say alien beings. We're human beings, though. Says it all throughout the Bible. We're human beings. We have angelic host. I'm just trying to figure it out, y'all. Anybody got any input? Anybody? Are y'all following along the story? Am I telling y'all the story, the real, true story? I'm adding it together. He placed the firmament over the earth before humans were created. Because there was a darkness in the heavens. Because that's the deep, the depths. That's the depths. the heavens, because there's a separate entity than the earth. The earth is totally different than anything. There's nothing like the earth anywhere else in the whole entire heavenly, because it's created separate than the heavens. That would mean the sun and all of that, that's all in heaven. We can't get to it because there's a firmament between us. But there's also something dark out there, because he protected us from it with the firmament. Whatever it is, it's huge and it's not big, it's not good. He saw immediately that it wasn't. Immediately, he made the earth and come and put his face over the water and said, whoa, that shit ain't good. Why not end it right then? Instead of putting a firmament and just putting protection, why not dispose of whatever that is? And where did that come from? Where did that creation of that is in the darkness come from? Because it existed in the beginning alongside wisdom. So where exactly, where exactly did it come from? Just help me put that in a little picture so I can figure that part out. Okay, in the beginning there was just God. Him just was. Okay. But it's like first thought of so somewhere there was chaos and wisdom coexisting, and he shined light on it, and wisdom spoke. When wisdom spoke, life came. Light. Right? Okay. When wisdom spoke, that brought light and shined on the darkness, on the chaos, which is nothingness. Chaos is nothing. It doesn't exist, but it's there. Right? Do you agree? If you agree, say amen. Or say, yes, I agree. Leave something, put a 1 in the comments. So that was the very first of the whole everything, just that was it. That was God, wisdom, and chaos. But before light, there was darkness. Nothing but vast darkness. Which that's where chaos exists. And wisdom existed there with it until there was light. Till wisdom spoke light. She. Because there's concepts of this religion and that religion and this religion. It all fits in together. Like she is wisdom is a she. But there's no sexes. The whole concept of having sexes is to reproduce. Having separate sexes. That's the whole concept of that separate sexes. It's to reproduce. That's the main reason that we're made man and woman, or male and female, animals, everything, trees, whatever the fuck, all of it. That's the reason. It's to reproduce. Okay? So a demon can't make another demon, right? Because an angel can't make another angel. But are demons and angels the same? They should be the same being. Just one's on the fallen side, out there in that chaos, and the other one's on the light side, up in peace, right? There's not kids on my fucking app. This is for 18 and older. So thank you for your opinion, but you're wrong. There shouldn't be no fucking kids in my motherfucking room. If they are, they fixing to get an earful. I'm telling you right now. Maybe they'll learn something. But this is for 18 and older. Go look. I can say anything I want to. Nobody tell you to come in here and listen. You can if you want to learn something. If you do want to learn something, don't say some shit like that. Who are you? The YouTube room monitor or something? You run around YouTube and just try to do shit like that? Anyhow, y'all, let's get back to the subject. That's why angels don't have sexes, because they were never meant to reproduce, right? But God made other gods to make humans in their own, or not humans, because they're not humans, because we're humans. We're made in God's image. He's the who. Are you following what I'm saying? There's something to that. I'm trying to figure that part out. Separated, but he also made a separate place on the earth for his own creation. Put them in paradise on the earth. But there was other vast areas on the earth that was there for the other gods to put their creation on the earth. Apparently, right? Nobody's got anything like constructive or any kind of input on any of this. I can't hardly believe that. I just really can't hardly believe that. When I'm doing a reading, 50 billion people are there talking, but nobody's got input on all of this, huh? This is the reality. This is the real. This right here is an illusion. All of that's an illusion. You think your skin is one organ. That's what the scientists tell us. But the scientists also tell us if you break it all down, no, it's each individual cell is its own entity and it's connected through electric currents. Our skin, every single thing around us, our tiny, you can break them all down to the tiniest of atoms, to dust. That what we're created, what we're made out of. Dust. And it's all held together by tiny little sparks of electricity. And so is this. That. All of it. You understand? Hope you understand. If you're getting what I'm saying, man, ring the bell, hit the like button, leave a comment. I'm trying to speak with y'all about this because I'm wondering. I have these questions. Does anybody know where the other gods came from that God says not to worship? They're not the fallen angels. Because these Elohim were created before mankind was created. Or could be the fallen angels, possibly, but he allowed them to create something in their own image? Nah, I don't think so. After they done fallen, I don't think he would have allowed that. That would be like giving them a reward. Or he may have, oh, this could be the concept. Now, he could have done this. He could have given them, because they wanted so bad to be in his position. He could have said, okay, here you go. Go down there and create something. See what you come up with. I'm going to create this, and I'm going to give them free will. And I bet you they follow me over your little fuck shit. I'm just saying, okay? Maybe he gave them, maybe he made it, because, God makes deals with Satan. I mean, Satan comes to him and with these propositions all the time. Or that wouldn't have never happened to Job. Right? Am I right or am I wrong? Tell me, let me know if I'm right or wrong. Y'all tell me. I'm just saying. So what? When Satan fell from heaven, when he fell from grace, being the best of everything that was ever could have been, his best spokesperson, his best at singing, he could dance, I guess. He could fly the best, I don't know. He was the best at it. He was the golden boy. And got pissed off that God was going to make us. This is the story that I've been told. And he got pissed off that God was going to make us. And before God made us, he kicked Satan out of heaven, along with the third of the angels that was agreeing with Satan. So, but in the very beginning, okay, then, because it was after after the heavens and the earth was created, is when the angels were kicked out of heaven, because he was about to create humans. So what? Satan said, yo, well, give us a chance to do what you're doing, and let us show you that we can create too, that we can do just as good a job as you do, because Satan's all in his ego. And being like that. So maybe God give them the power to create in their own image, and he put a guard of protection over Adam when he blew into the dust and made man, blew into its nostrils, because it was water and earth here, so he smushed it together and made a form, and then he breathed into it. Okay? This is the story that I've been told. Grand Rising. Okay? I'm just saying, okay? He did that, and other gods made creations in their own image, but they're lesser G gods, because there's a hierarchy in heaven, and we got to say that he made Satan perfect in all ways, except for his ego, apparently. I mean, y'all follow along with the story. Is that what y'all been told? The morning star? The man? The guy? His right-hand man, pretty much. But if that can't be the case, it couldn't have never been the case, because Jesus has always been right beside God too. So how could that ever have been the case? And how did Satan not know about Jesus prior to man being created? I'm just saying. I'm trying to figure it out. Okay. If the Trinity always existed, no, Jesus didn't sit on the right hand side of God until he ascended into heaven. But he is God, so he already knew that he was going to become the man that walked on the earth to take in all our sins, because God is all-knowing. How? He's all-knowing. What? Did he not think about it? Or did he just do something on the spur of the moment? Or what? I mean, the universe, all of the universe is part of the heavens. It is the heavens. We're not part of that. We're separate. Understand that. The heavens and the earth were created at the same time, and we're separate than the heavens. Am I right or wrong? What it says in my Bible? The stars are angels and shit. And the planets are heavenly hosts. Except for Earth. Earth's not a planet. And all that stuff was created for the Earth. To make it work in a wondrous way. All that stuff out there, and angels and all of that was created for the earth to work, make it work in a wondrous way. Without supernovas and shit like that, then we don't exist. That's kind of crazy. Like, that's what makes us still be, and like, that's our protection. The heaven is all around us. Heaven, that's heaven. This isn't hell. Earth isn't hell. It was created to be perfect, a paradise. So it's not hell. If that answers a question. Earth is not hell, not even in a spiritual sense. There's a separate place called hell, okay, that's created, that's got fire and pits and just dismay. That's a whole separate another place. Like Earth is a separate place from the heavens. And was every single thing that God ever spoke to mankind wrote down? Was it all? Every single thing? Every single aspect of whatever God did or does? Was it wrote down? Is it wrote down these days? Is there somebody writing it down? Like to make another canon one day? If there is, how come it's taking so long to have another book that's decreed by God to be His Word? Because the Bible's the only one. It's decreed by God to be His living Word. This is pretty deep, huh? Just saying. I'm just saying. Okay? Because I'm saying the right correct things, but they don't click together for some reason. God made other lesser gods to make creations to prove that His was perfect, or what? He doesn't have to prove anything. Okay, I hope y'all understanding whatever. Okay. Why did He give me a mind to think this way? Why did He give you a mind to think this way? But not others. Others, those must be made from the lesser gods, because they don't think like us. Us humans. The creation of God. Or are we all just labeled humans when we're not all actual humans? That we may be made from the lesser gods. So we might not be humans. We might be or womans. Womans might be made from a lesser god, but I don't see how that could be if God created Adam and then later took Adam's rib and made Eve. She's to be the epitome of innocence, purity. Adam's to be the epitome of strength and stamina, and or was they made at one time? There's all kinds of reaches out there that there was actual a whole twin flame made. I don't believe in twin flame. Twin flame lives in one within. Okay, both masculine and feminine aspects, both good and bad, live within all of us. Okay, that's the twin part of it, and the flame is when you reach from the ground level, which is the spiritual, the earthly plane, and you make your way up through the tree of life map. By the time you get to this area, it opens up to ascend into the heavenly host to communicate with it, walk with God. And throughout our life, we take the journey to reach that. To reach that ascendance, okay? But from here up is the spiritual, which would be the truth, our knowledge that we've carried through our soul, and our crowns are shut. We have to open our crowns to unleash that connection. Back in the day, they knew it quickly, but there was specific metals that they would wear on their body. Gold, a conductor to keep your crown open. I'm trying to figure it out, y'all, so bear with me. Why would the elite people, okay, they want the gold for some reason, okay, because it's beneficial to us. The gold has so much value, y'all, because it's very beneficial to humans as a species. God wouldn't have put so much of it here and only an X amount of it. Okay, so it's very beneficial to us as a human race. Gold is. Okay, now diamonds an illusion. Diamonds ain't worth a penny. Nothing. Mankind put value on a diamond. Go look up the history on that. The diamond is merely an illusion. Now crystals, that's a whole different story. There's energy and frequency and vibration in these natural formed crystals. Not the man-made kind where people were making even pearl fucking farms and shit like that, okay? Not like that. Natural vibration that the earth creates these crystals. It's got vibration and energy in it, okay? Rocks and things, trees, stuff like that. This could go on forever, but I'm not gonna let it, okay? I just wanted to tap into this because I actually come back to tell y'all about that. that we talked about in the beginning of this. This has went way off on it. It's on the same topic, but it's went into 10,000 different subjects on the. Look, if anybody's got any true input, not no bullshit, say fuck you. Keep your fuck shit off of my channel. If you got something real to say or real input, please, I promote that, okay? Keep your fuck shit off my channel, okay? All that fucking calling me names and your assumption is about me and shit. It ain't about me, okay? I'm just saying. If you got some true, real input, please share it with me. Leave something in the comments about it. What do y'all think about what I'm analyzing here? Because what I've said, every single thing that I've said, if anybody can dispute it, please. Because I've said everything, because I've studied this throughout my life. Just living life and gaining knowledge here and there. There's obviously, oh, thank you. There is obviously some type of connection with God created lesser gods, along with the angels and the earth and the heavens. Angels got kicked out of heaven before mankind was made, but not before the earth. Because they was created alongside the earth. Angels, the heavens, the stars, and all that, and the earth was made all at the same time. Then he put fish and birds after he created the firmament. He created the firmament. He put fish and birds, saw it was good. First he created day and light, night and day, not day and night. He created light and dark, light, day and night. Yeah. Put a difference between day and night. But if that's the case, the moon wasn't here. So, if that's the case, if the moon wasn't here at that point, but he created a difference between day and night through the sun, then that would mean if we're on a flat earth, because we're cut in half because of the firmament, we're separated from the dark part. That's hell, apparently, because he created a space for hell. But anyway, we're going to keep going with this, what I'm talking about, okay? The moon wasn't here. So he created the difference between day and night. Okay, so a whole day would be like however long it takes for the sun to complete its cycle around the earth. Just the sun. Okay, that's a day. Because on this side, it'd be dark over here. And once it got over here, it would start getting lighter, and it would get darker and darker over here. So there was no moon. There wasn't a moon. The moon came later. Because the sun was here and the stars were already here. The sun and the stars were already here with the heavens. The moon came later on. Why? I don't know, but it's transparent. You can see stars through it. You can look through the moon. Look through a full moon, y'all. Go look at pictures of the moon. You'll see it. You can see stars through it. It's transparent. Okay? So the moon was put there. Now the ancients say that it was dragged there like by a rope. Okay? Old pictures all depict that there was a rope around the moon at one time. Almost all pictures. Like they depict a rope or something being wrapped around the moon, pulling it. Okay? So the moon is something that's reflecting out of the ocean. There's something in the ocean that's reflecting the moon up there, because the moon is a reflection of what the earth looks like. It's got the land masses of the earth and everything on the moon. So there's something down in the ocean that's reflecting up, causing the moon to show when the sun makes its cycle. When it's dark time, the moon shows. But the moon shows in the daytime too. Like I seen it yesterday, a little sliver of it. So the moon shows in the day and in the night, because there's a separation between day and night, correct? That's only the sun that separates the day and the night. The moon doesn't separate it. The moon has nothing to do with separating the day and the night. You know what the moon's job is? The moon regulates the ocean's currents and flows. There's something in the ocean that's making us see a moon. I could go on and on and on with this, y'all. It's already been an hour and a half, so I think I'm probably going to go. Probably make me something to eat, do some exercise or something, but the serpent, why is that differentiated? A lion is differentiated. A lamb is differentiated. A bull differentiated. All those things are very promenaded, biblically, spiritually, to stand out, those things, an eagle. But not say an elephant. It's not, you wouldn't think of an elephant as being spiritual. Or a whale, doesn't speak about whales too much. And why are they mammals? Like, why would God put such a creature of a mammal that has feelings and emotions and all of that in the water to be swimming around with all those different kinds that aren't mammals? And they don't have nobody to communicate with but other whales. Dolphins, maybe. But when they see a human, it excites them. Like they know that they're mammals too. Or something. That's a being. Whales are in the ocean, so along with octopus. That's even trippy. Octopus are just something else, boy. I don't know what to tell you about. They got a whole different fucking makeup of everything. You know what I'm saying? Them octopus got extra. They got extra. They're extraordinary. An octopus. An octopus can shapeshift as well. So can them damn giant squid. The calamari squid or whatever, them big motherfucking squid. They can make their shit look like people. Why do fish have all those different fucking... Anyway, before I go into all that, I'm fixing to stop, okay? I gotta go to the store, okay? But I hope that this has resonated with y'all and it's you've gained some knowledge about it a little bit, because everything I spoke about, everything I was telling y'all about, that my knowledge of, that I've been given knowledge of, I spoke it, the truth to y'all. So if you have anything to add on to, or your thoughts about it, because I'm trying to get down to the bottom of this, like, okay, I know everybody's always asked the question of why, and we don't have to understand why God does what he does, okay? I ain't trying to understand what he does about that, okay? Like, why does he do what he does? But he's all knowing that he knew from the get-go that he was going to have to kill mankind, like all of mankind, and do it again. But he kills us each individually, or we don't. But the only way, I mean, he had to have known all that, but he still made us anyway, and give us a choice not to do it. But he knew that we was going to, because he was already prepared for what to come after we did it. He knew that there would be two kind of races that were going to be created through his perfect image, his perfect race, which was when Cain and Abel were created. But Cain was he was a race that Satan created through Eve. Was left to govern this world, left to be in charge, be king of this world, Satan's seed. And he's given reign for a time and a time, and then it's going to be over. And his creation that he created, whether that be your DNA is in there or not, it will be demolished, wiped clean from the earth. It will be no more. Whether that you might got that DNA, do you? How do you know? Because we're all going to be given a big old DNA. I mean, the whole world. It's going to be like worldwide, because they're looking for specifics. Specific. And every single individual has to be given this test. Keep that in mind, y'all. It says 9/11 up there as I say this. I'm about to go, though. I just wanted to, I didn't know this was going to last an hour and a half. I just wanted to talk about some interesting things. Put some things out there, because what I said, I mean, and still, and look, I have all the faith in God. I know he exists, and I know Jesus Christ exists because he's with me. I feel Jesus Christ with me. So take that however it resonates. I have these questions that don't, was things added? He says don't add or take away, but did he say? I hope you understand what I'm saying to you about that situation. And maybe we can continue this this talk about it, because it needs to be talked about. Everybody's walking around with what they've been told, okay? But we don't even communicate it for fear of. Now, I'm not afraid to talk about it. Just, others are. I mean, I've been talking here for an hour and a half, and, I've gotten a few comments. And one is, love the hoodie. I had an asshole on here calling me Sam Kennison and Grand Rising, and whatever you say is interesting. I've been talking for an hour and a half. Those are the comments that was left on here. I'm not afraid to talk about it. Don't be afraid to talk about it. Don't be afraid to have these questions. Maybe that's what we're supposed to do. All come together and figure it out. Figure out the answer. So don't be afraid to talk about it. Leave something in the comments, y'all. Y'all stay golden. Light and love. I'll see you on the flip side.